Hey guys, this is Lisa with your weekly Lyrical Aspirations Inspirational Message. So, today I want to talk about how you can be more authentic in the world in which you reside in. So, being authentic, being true to yourself, and letting the world see that is not an easy thing. I will go ahead and acknowledge that. But I'm going to go through a couple of things that might just help you on that journey of being more authentic in the world in which you are in right now. So, the first thing that you have to do, and this may go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyways, and that is that you must accept who you are, flaws and all. You have to understand that if you don't want people to be dedicated to misunderstanding you, then you can't be dedicated to misunderstanding you. You have to take time on a daily basis to really sit and reflect with yourself, whether that be in meditation form or maybe that's just driving in the car, listening to music and really reflecting on who you are and what you have accomplished and the things that you have yet still to accomplish. What are the things that you are doing well and the things that you need to work on? You have to kind of self evaluate that every single day. So just take a couple of minutes with yourself to know that, to understand that. Also, take that time to understand where your moral compass lies. Where are your values? What's important to you? Understand those things because once you can understand them, then you can let people know where you stand. You can be more authentic. It's not this guessing game when it comes to you. You are clear with yourself, which then in turn makes it clear for other people to see who you really are. So embrace your differences. Embrace those things that make you you. You know, your quirks, your weirdness. Everybody has a little bit of weird. Enjoy your weirdness. Accept it. Love it. That's part of accepting who you are. Be willing to look in that mirror. I'm talking about with both eyes open. I'm not talking about like one closed and like one squinting and no. Take a hard look at yourself in that mirror on a regular basis with both eyes open. Make sure that you are looking at you clearly. And, when you start really getting to know who you are, the most beautiful thing that's going to come out of it is you are going to start to hear your intuition about things. It's going to get stronger inside of you because your direction inside of you is more clear. So now that intuition, those feelings that you feel about going in this direction or that direction or towards this person or away from that person, it's definitely going to become more clear the more you are clear with who you are inside. Now, another thing that you really need to do in order to be authentic is not only being authentic with yourself, knowing who you are, but you need to be authentic with the people in your life. And one of the biggest things that I find that we struggle with in our society is just being present in the moment. And what I mean by that is, say you're out brunch with a friend and you're sitting there right in front of the person, face to face, but you're on your phone, you're on social media, you're sitting there trying to do everything else but be present in that moment with that person that you are sitting there having brunch with. So be present with people. Do not let people feel like their company in your presence is a bore or that you are ready for it to be over. That is not being authentic with people because the truth is that if you don't want to be there at that brunch, the authentic thing to do would be not go. So be present in the situation. Make sure that you are giving people your undivided attention. And if you're not willing to do that, then just be authentic with yourself and say, I don't want to go. So I'm going to leave you guys with just a couple more things that you must be willing to do in order to be authentic or more authentic than you are. And I want you guys to maybe start implementing these, and hopefully, it'll start to bring you more satisfaction and more peace in your life. So, what must you be willing to do? You must be willing to express yourself. See, it goes back to what I was saying about getting to know yourself. When you get to know yourself, you let people know where you stand mentally and emotionally. Expressing yourself is important to authenticity because if I tell you that I don't like firecrackers and then the next minute you're trying to, hand me a firecracker lit, well, then you're not understanding that I'm being authentic. But if I don't ever tell you that I don't like firecrackers and I'm just grabbing them and I'm doing them, well, I'm not really expressing myself appropriately and I'm not being authentic with those people in my life. So make sure that you're expressing how you feel and what you want. In addition, you have to be willing to set boundaries, but don't just set boundaries. People set New Year's resolutions. I don't want us to set boundaries like New Year's resolutions where we set it, but don't actually follow through on it. So I want you to set boundaries and actually enforce them. Yes, this is part of being authentic because you are letting people know right off the bat, this right here is a deal breaker for me. So let people know where your boundaries are and be willing to enforce them. That is being authentic to yourself. Now, another thing that you have to do is you have to be willing to let people see your vulnerabilities. Oh, we can all walk around with big bravado, with the chest poked out, like, look at me, look at what I did. But it takes true authenticity and true strength to really show your vulnerabilities, to see when you didn't do something right, to let the world see that. That's showing your vulnerabilities. Be willing to do that. That is part of being authentic with people and yourself. And the last thing, and to me, maybe the most important thing outside of being honest with yourself, is being willing to let people love you and being willing to recognize it when people do love you. It is amazing the freedom that you can gain when you recognize love exterior to yourself. When you understand that somebody outside of yourself loves you for who you are, but be willing to not only see that love, but being able to accept it. Because that means that when you have been able to do that, that you have already accomplished the task of loving you. So, with that said, guys, go out here. I want you to make this an amazing week and come back and check me out next week.